Hi guys, Paul here from PABrewNews. I'm back yet again. I'm sorry about that. And it's not going to be the longest video in the world. It's just going to be me finishing the video that froze on me. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's get back to the beer. Woo! I feel like a moron after that. I'll just wait for my good friend Craig to get back and then we'll continue the show. We'll see when Craig gets back. I'm sure he's back about it now. Ooh. Yep. That was muy stupido. I have no idea what YouTube just did right there, but I'm back, obviously. And let's get back into old Curmudgeon, or actually Curmudgeon Better Half, by Founders Brewing Company, Grand Rapids, Michigan. 12.7 alcohol by volume. All right, here we go. It's still, even after it warmed up for a while, it's been in my hand, I've been adding beer to it, you know, the whole deal. It's so delectable. It's delectably sweet. It's so caramel forward, peppery caramel, nuances of that maple syrup, but the maple syrup doesn't transfer into the taste so much. It's more peppery caramel bourbon, but it's mixed with butterscotch in the greatest way possible. It's so delectable. When I was a kid, and when I lived in this one place with my grandparents a lot, and the mailman would always come by and he'd give the kids, like, here, boom, here's your treats, shut the fuck up, here's your treats. I always got butterscotch candies from it. It tastes exactly like those hard butterscotch candies mixed into this beer. It's so amazing. It's so tasty, and it brings me those memories. Any beer that kind of resolves you in that kind of way and brings back those sense memories, it's such a great and joyous beer to have. And that's what this does to me, because I remember that Backwoods Bastard, for example, gives me that butterscotch, and that's why this one does too. I'm saying, if you like Backwoods Bastard, you definitely need to do yourself a big favor and get yourself this beer. The one thing I will say you have to be prepared for with this beer is the mineralistic aspect in the middle of the palate, because of the butterscotch, because of the molasses, and because of that maple syrup. It does get into that mineralistic tone, so you have to be prepared for that. Other than that, the ethanol alcohols are a little bit obtrusive, fresh. They're not really I actually have no problem drinking this beer. It's not obscuring or hindering the drinking process that much, but they're noticeable. But in later life, this thing is going to get better and better and better, and those ethanol alcohols are going to bring more dark fruit and more savory characters. So it's only going to get better with age. It's a win-win. If you buy more than one, just set it aside. The more you wait, the better it gets. I like that. It's got a medium side of a medium body. It thins out a little bit when you get those mineralistic tones in your mouth, but overall, it's a medium side of a medium body. And we already saw in the last video that I got screwed up. I'll still keep it online and stuff, but it definitely sticks well. It has a nice sticky quality to the beer. It sticks these proteins, the lacing, amazingly well. It's a real fun beer to drink. And I'm glad there's going to be more for me to go grab, because I'm going to grab 1 or 2 bottles. As I said, I'm going to cellar them, sit on them, see what happens in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Oh my God. One of this in 5 years, it's going to be mind-blowing. I was going to say blind-blowing, but I'm sure mind-blowing is much better. Fuck those blinds everywhere. All right? Yep. That's pretty much. There's not a lot of much. There's not too much more to tell you about the beer on the label. I mean, Craig knows about this because I'm pretty sure it says the same shit stuff on the label in England too. It's Curmudgeon's better half. Old ale brewed with molasses and aged in maple syrup bourbon barrels at 12.7 alcohol by volume. Founders has never been big on giving you tasting notes, what bourbon that it's in, all that stuff. It doesn't really give you all those almost need to know, not need to know, but like good to know information things, you know. But hey, fuck it, it's good enough. And I don't know how long it's been aged in bourbon barrels. They don't really tell you that. They don't really give you that much information, but I like it. I like it a lot. Right now, this seems like a high score, but that's how much I'm enjoying this. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. And that's a really high score considering I know it's going to get better and better with age. I'm going to give it a 9.5. I like this beer. And I don't think it only tastes like alcohol. The one guy said it only to him. Now, beer is perceptive. It's all about your perception of beer. And it's going to be different for everybody. And I like big beers. As Craig might know, I like big beers. And to me, this has nuance upon nuance, and I know how it's going to change from the ethanol alcohols that I do get. Not fusel, just ethanol. And they're going to get better and better and more dark fruits and more caramel. And I'm so excited to see that. And right now, I'm doing a full Peter with porno music, romancing the Stein, which I told him that's what you should do that's what you should call your German beer reviews next year. Your German beer week is romancing the Stein because you give everything a 10 out of 10. I'm just saying this is worth a 9.5 for me. I'm actually gonna get a few bottles of this. I'm gonna enjoy it now. And I'm gonna set the rest off for later because I want another bottle of this now. I like it. I like it a lot. I have no problem drinking a beer that shows a little bit of the ABV, especially at 12.7. Thank you, Craig. If you have a problem with a beer showing its alcohol content at 12.7, you're spoiled. I think Craig can be the one to kind of shine in on this one too. We've had beers back in the day that were like 8%, and it felt like you were drinking beer mixed with alcohol, like straight up alcohol, because it didn't mask its ABV at all. And now we have beers that are above 10% that you're literally drinking 5% beer. And I think, oh, absolutely. And now we have this, we have this age where the brewer and the breweries and the craft breweries, of course, have gotten so refined that they can mask ABVs so well that we almost denounce a brewery because it shows a little bit, like, oh, the 7% beer, it shows the alcohol, let's denounce the brewery. You know, I'll be like, what the hell, man? Back in the day, that was anything above 5, you were in no man's land. So this being 12.7 and a fresh bottle showing 12.7 and giving a little nuance of ethanol alcohol and not fusel at all is amazing. Even in like Semmerklaus, and we all love Semmerklaus from Schloss Eggenberg in Austria. Most people that have had it, Cask shows the ABV. Yeah, exactly. Cask beers, they can really show the ABV quite easily. You're like, holy crap, this is a big beer. But even like Schloss Eggenberg, the Semmerklaus, it's what, 18, 19%, and you have acetone like in your face the whole time, but we still enjoy it because it's a big beer and we expect that and all that stuff, and it almost became a tasting note in a way, because we're used to those big ABVs bringing fusel alcohols. This is a big ass ABV that gives you a nuance of only the fact that it's a big ABV. That's it. It just says, just by the way, boy, I'm a little bit big, so take your time. That's all it gives you. I'm happy. I'm a happy dude. So, anyway, before I go on too long, because obviously YouTube kicked me off once, and the bottle is now done, and that's so sad. Oh. Anyway, thank you, Craig, for joining along with this whole beer thing. Kind of warming up to better half. Wow. Cheers, mate. Well, cheers to you too, sir. Man, this has been a joy. I was worried about this beer too. After I heard that one guy said it was nothing but alcohol, and I know, like, Founder's Doom, oh my god, is nothing like Founder's Doom that I had back in 2012. I think it was 2012 when they released Founder's Doom the first time. Nothing like that. Was it 14 or 12? I can't remember. I'm so fucking old, I can't remember. But the first time I had Founder's Doom, it was literally like you took a shot of bourbon and put fresh squeezed orange juice in the rest of the glass. And the grapefruit juice, it was nothing like that this year. So I was worried about this one. I was like, oh man, they've been releasing this stuff on bourbon barrels that was just like, why did you do that? It's shit, you know? But so I was worried about this, especially when the one guy said he got nothing but alcohol. But I think that's just his palate evolving. You know, getting hit with those big ethanol alcohols. You have to evolve your palate. Baby palate, hashtag Chris, on the 10th, of course. But, man, this is a good beer. And I don't mind going long. Well, actually, I went long, and then I went long again because this is the second video. I went extra long. I'm good with it. And people will dislike, and I understand that because you're shallow people and you live miserable lives and you probably kill yourselves. Just saying. Anyway, cheers. I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10. It's amazing. I love it. I love big beers. I love savory beers. And I love the fact that this beer will only get better with age. Not 100 years, Matt. Calm down. But I'm saying 5 years, it's going to be pinnacle at 5. Absolutely. You can drink it after that, but I'm saying pinnacle 5. That's just me. Cheers. Cheers, Brother Craig. See you in 2019. Can't piss up. Shit's gonna get crazy. Like crazy. Crazy. Bye-bye. Watch that finger. It's coming at you. I washed it, though. So you're not gonna get hepatitis. Not today.